another little talk with you guys today. I'm a little tired today, so poppy sitting, driving back. Today I'm going to talk about a lot of things, I guess, mostly about bullying. So I'm someone that was bullied his whole life. At school, I didn't have any friends. They would beat me up like at least once a week. You know, like the whole school, not just like one person. Like you get like people all around you kicking you and all that sort of stuff. And I was too shy to talk, or, you know, like I wasn't really going to school, really, and I didn't know how to read and write properly. And like I was illiterate. I could read better than I could write, and I dropped out of school in year 8, and then I didn't have any friends either. My stepdad kind of made fun of me a lot as well, and I thought I was like actually retarded until I went back and did my year 10 when I was like 21 and realized that I'm actually really intelligent, and I didn't realize. So I don't have much of a confidence in myself, and the things people see when I project is more that I want them to like me rather than a narcissistic sort of, you know, need. I'm very, very self-conscious, very, you know, from years and years of that. But, you know, skateboarding built my confidence up, and learning how to write, and I taught myself how to write. My sister would write down words next to a computer and I would learn them. Over time I gradually learned how to write, and the internet really helped with that, and I got up a lot of confidence. But I was bullied my whole life, you know, like, and I was suicidal at like 9 years old, and that continued on through my life. I guess that's what triggered my depression to begin with, you know, like, and I think I screwed up my pituitary gland by beating myself up and punching myself in the face, you know. So something that, like, with bullying is, it will happen your whole life. It never stops. The last time I was really bullied was a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago. I'm a judge.
In 600 meters, use the right 2 lanes to turn right.
In the right lane. I judge music. I've now toured around and played music all around the world. I've heard my music played. You know, like, it was awesome to hear my music played in Tokyo and stuff with one of my bands. So I'm a judge of music, and I get to judge music, and I get to teach music. There was a band that put out a song, and I critiqued it in a semi, you know, in a nice way. Well, in an okay way. It's critiquing, that's what happens. And they saw that as bullying. And so that gave them permission to go through my video history. I like to learn things about, you know, like history, and because I watched 1 or 2 videos on how Hitler came to power, all of a sudden I was a right.
Use the right 2 lanes to turn right, then use any lane to take the slip road to M3.
Okay, I will. Damn you. Even though I'm not, you know, I'm not into complete right-wing politics, and I'm not into complete left-wing politics. I'm somewhere in a sane spot, I hope. But anyway, they tried to out me as a Nazi, and said that the videos I watched were troubling. It's like a communistic gulag hellhole sort of stuff, you know, like you put a foot wrong and it's all over. So this group of people bullied me for weeks on end, and not only that, you know, tried to get me cancelled, tried to get my band cancelled.
Use any lane to take the slip road to M3.
Okay.
Continue on M3 for 18 kilometers.
How do I mute that? Oh, well, whatever. You're going to have to put up with that. So anyway, know, like, I decided to help them out then, you know, like, the plan was maybe if I buy them this and that and views and, you know, like, it will help them out and they'll stop bullying me, but it made it worse. You know, like, it's like I gave in to the bullies, and when I gave in to the bullies, it became like 100 times worse. And then I tried to take it back, you know, like, and that made it even worse, you know, like, and the moral of that story is never give in to bullies. Never step 1 foot backwards. If you give in to them, they've won, and they know they won, and they'll push harder. It's all they want. They're bullying you for a reason, and a lot of the time, you know, it's self-gratification, you know, like, they're getting picked on at home, and so they've got to come along and pick on you to get one back. But if you give in to them, they will go twice as hard. In that time, you know, like, all these people were attacking me, all these bands, and then, like, I tried to attack them back, which is another thing that's really bad. Okay, so, like, you know, as I said, revenge is a bad thing, you know, like, and when I attacked these people back, nobody saw what they were doing to me. All they saw was me bullying them. A bullier, you can't bully the bully. The bully's been doing this for, like, his whole life. A bullier is pro at what they do, you know, like, they've got that trait in them that just makes them really good at it, you know, like, I remember at school there were people that used to bully me, and they didn't even realize they were bullying me. They were just so natural at it, you know, like, I remember, like, a girl telling me that I was a scab and, you know, I had no future. And when I confronted her about that, like, after school, I'm like, you used to bully me about this and that. She said she thought she was just trying to help me, you know, like, it was like, okay, so, you know, you made me cry for a week straight, but, like, you thought that helped me. Well, I guess it, like, I have a different personality these days because of it, but, like, yeah, no one was nice. But anyway, it doesn't mean that, you know, you should be nice back to people now. Like, I treat people how I expect to be treated, not how I'm being treated. And that's like a slogan I keep with me, you know, like, the biggest thing, once again, is I've lost revenge in my life. And once there's a few things you can lose in life. Once you lose these things that attach themselves to you, and once you start to peel off all these bad, it's like bad ailments that will drag you down in life, things become a lot easier and a lot better. People will bully you, and you just don't seek revenge, and you let it slide off. It just disappears a lot quicker. If you start to seek revenge, all of a sudden, you know, you're some sort of fucking poster boy for Nazis around somehow. And, you know, like, yeah, it's absolutely nuts. So, like, I'll see, like, what I can think of about bullying at school and stuff, you know, like, and how I dealt with it, you know, like, I remember, like, how I'd have my bedroom, you know, like, and especially my bed, I made it so that, like, the second I laid on my bed, nothing outside the square of my bed was allowed to be thought of, and nothing could hurt me outside that square. And when I laid on my bed, that was it, you know, like, everything, I wasn't allowed to, you know, you've got to train your brain to not think of that bullying in certain positions. I know it's hard, you know, like, if you are being bullied, to get these thoughts out of your head of the things they've said all day, and about the things they've said at school, and how much it's hurt, and, you know, like, that's them winning, you know, like, they want you to be like that, but you can't let them win, you know, like, you've got to be strong. You can prove to the world how strong you are by staying calm, collective, being happy in the face of this, being like a soldier, like you are at war with these bullies and you're going to laugh in the face of they're trying to make you miserable, and the second you're miserable, that's it. That's what they wanted, and they've won. You don't see, like everybody gets bullied. It doesn't matter who they are. Everybody gets bullied. White skin, male, female, it doesn't matter. Everyone gets bullied. Oh man, I'm gonna get out of this lane. This is not my lane. Everybody gets bullied. What you gotta do is become like the popular kid. It just bounces off him. He doesn't let it affect him. He doesn't seek revenge. He's cool like a cat. And that's what I call it, cool like a cat. Like you could do anything to him, they just won't respond, and that's the point, like you've got to get thick skin, you got to let things just bounce off you, and you have to remember everyone gets bullied. When someone's bullying you, go, oh, everyone gets bullied, this is normal, this is part of life, I've got to not let it get to me. The second it gets to me, they've won. I've got to just laugh it off, and maybe in the future I can make a joke about them, and they've got to deal with it, and make a joke. Laughter, humor is the best weapons in any society, anything in life. Humor is it. It will defeat enemies. Like people will try and bring in policies, and if you laugh it off and you make a joke out of it, it's over, and you can do the same thing with bullies, I remember, because I was so quiet at school, I wouldn't say anything. People made it a joke to come up to me and say, how you going? Because they would see that I would freeze up and I wouldn't know what to say. And this is in like year 7. And so I went home and I practiced what I was going to say in the mirror back to them. I looked up some really cool things that rappers were saying or whatever, I don't know, some dumb thing. It sounded like a mum or something. I looked up what to say back to people that say, how's it going? And there were some cool responses. And one was like, it's long, how's it hanging? It's long, loose, full of juice, and ready for use. And as soon as the bully said that to me again, and I said that, and they cracked up laughing, it was different, things hit different. Things were different from that point on, From that point on, things started to change, I made a joke out of everything instead of, and I started to become the funny kid at school. It was awesome, I swang things around. You don't have to be the funny kid. I think number one thing is let it drip off you. They get bullied, you get bullied, everyone gets bullied. Let it bounce, make a joke out of it, throw it back in their face, disarm it from a joke or whatever. Boom, get that confidence going. Pew, 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 pew. Throw down some shapes, You don't have to fight, fighting your bully never works. Once again, same thing. You seek revenge. You're playing into them. I fight a lot, but I only fight when people fight me. I don't go out looking for fights. It's not something that is, I will fight to defend people, and I will fight to look after other people that are being downtrodden. But I won't do it to get back at a bully or anything like that. That's not cool. The biggest lesson in life was for me that last thing that I did, with music and all that sort of stuff. So that's about bullying. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. And look at my hair, because I've been looking after a dog. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody once again. If you want to reach out to me and ask questions, I will answer them. You know, like, I've been through it all. I've come through it the other side, depression free, obviously.
In 3 kilometers, take the Bulleen Road exit towards State Route 42.
I will. I've come out of it. It's not unscathed, you know, everyone comes through it bad, but you get through it, you know. Just give me questions. You can private message them if you don't want people to know what the question is, and I'll answer it privately, you know. It's okay, you know, like, things do change. I'm living proof of that. You get through it. Things can only get better. If you've had it bad at school, I can tell you, I probably had it worse. And I know that sounds like a cop-out, but is that my road? Whoop. I hope that's my road. I almost cut someone off, which sucks. Anyway, I better get off this phone talking. Well, I'm not on the phone, you know. But, I think I missed my
Keep
turn.
right at the
Anyway,
fork.
bye guys.